Anya, and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today we are making Wayside Place. This is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home coming in at around 132,000 simoleons, and it's set in Brindleton Bay, and I think it's a pretty cute one, and so I'm really excited to share this one with you guys. So it ends up being pretty spacious. It also has a garage on the side, which is kind of a laundry room slash I scaled up a car in there to look like a regular garage, but of course that's something that you could renovate and make it into another bedroom. It could be a gym, it could be an office, it could be a playroom. There's so much room to kind of change what a house is when you add a garage in The Sims, especially because currently we don't have cars in working garages. They're just extra rooms that we make look like garages, so there's definitely a lot of room to play with that. But anyway, this ends up being very similar to the outside shape, and I edited this video a lot. I cut out a lot, but I tried to keep most of the landscaping, and I did keep the floor plan in because I've been trying really hard to do that lately. So hopefully that looks okay to you guys, and there's not too much cutting in this video. I mean, there's a lot of cuts, but hopefully I showed enough for you guys to understand how this house came together. One thing that I did cut though, which I didn't even record. I only recorded the downstairs bathroom. Both upstairs bathrooms I did not record. They are exactly the same furnishings as the rest of the house though, the other 2 bathrooms. So I didn't think we were missing out on too much in that regard. So I just wanted to make the video not like an hour long because this build took forever to do for some reason. I get that way with certain builds. I feel like anything bigger than a tiny house lately just takes me ages to do. But I'm trying to do a variety of builds on the channel, not just tiny houses, as much as that's all I want to do. So I was excited to go ahead and build this, and I really like the glass roof. I was like, what's that called? The glass roof area of the house, which ends up being the dining room. It's so cute. I really enjoy doing that because it's kind of a more traditional looking house, and then we have these giant modern windows over on that side with the glass roof, which I thought was really, really pretty on the inside with all the light coming in where you can eat your meals. It just seemed really fancy and a little bit different than things I typically do. I also used a very light color scheme on the interior and exterior, and I know it looks darker right now in these darker reds, but I do go ahead and change it out for lighter browns and whites, as you'll see later on, and I'm sure you saw it in the screenshot and in the little panning in view I have at the beginning of this video. I thought it was kind of a fun color scheme because I feel like I tend to either go for a dark black roof and like darker colors, or I will try and go for one of these reds. I very rarely go for like lighter colors, I suppose. So it was really nice to do that, especially on the interior of the house, because I definitely have a strong preference for certain colors over others when it comes to interiors, especially certain swatches on items. So it's nice to use a really light colored cabinet and everything in the kitchen. So you guys will see that when we get to that. But right now we're just doing the landscaping, and this section of the video is sped up more than normal because I wanted to keep it in, but I didn't think it was too bad to keep it at this higher speed because it's all in one area. The camera's not moving around too much, but let me know if the speed of the plant placing here bothers you, if you'd prefer I'd keep it all in and it's longer, or if I cut it out, you don't care about seeing landscaping, let me know. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to go ahead and approach keeping in as much as possible or taking out the things that are not as crucial to the process, I suppose. But we're just adding some more windows out here, and this house actually ends up having a pool, which was really nice because it's been a little bit since I added a pool. I feel like every time I build a house, I'm like, oh, this house doesn't need a pool. And I don't know if this one needed one, but I enjoyed adding one. And so it has a fairly small pool and then like a barbecue and a couple of seating areas. Nothing too crazy out here. And I also imagined that this is a family that they're not, the parents aren't super young. They have a teenage boy, and they recently unexpectedly had a baby. So the baby room is quite small. I imagine it used to be an office, and they recently moved the office into the living room because they, 16 years after they had their first kid, had another one, and it wasn't planned. So there's a little baby bedroom upstairs as well as a teenage boy's room, which I thought was a really fun idea and really realistic. That happened in my family twice, not like my own family, like me and my mom and my sister and stuff, but my grandmother and my grandfather both have a sister who are like 16 years younger than them. So I thought that was kind of a fun little Easter egg type of thing. I don't know if that would be called an Easter egg, but it was relatable to me, which I also really enjoyed that my grandma and my grandpa had sisters much younger than them, because growing up that made it so I had great aunts that were like the same age as my mom, so they were just like regular aunts, which is perfect because my mom only has one brother. So I had way more aunts and uncles, even though they were technically great aunts and uncles, if that makes sense. It was really cool. Anyway, we are changing the colors on the outside of this house. I completely got away from the build there for a second, talking about aunts and uncles, but that's what happens sometimes. And I fiddled around with this floor plan a lot, and you're only going to see a little bit of it on here. It comes together pretty quickly in this version. But I don't know if it's just me getting nervous knowing I'm recording it, but when I first started making the floor plan, it was not working at all. So I had to completely stop it, scrap it, delete all of what I had done, and start over. So this is actually take 2 of a floor plan, because I don't see the point in leaving it in when I just completely didn't keep any of it. So yeah, we just have what the final version ends up being, and you can see me trying to get to that right now. And I keep all the fiddling of this version in. It's just there was a lot more that I didn't figure out properly the first time and completely scrapped it. But yeah, this ends up, like I said, having 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. There's one on the main floor that's a main bathroom, and then there's a main bathroom upstairs, and then an ensuite for the parents' bedroom. And then this is the kitchen using these really light countertops and cabinets from Jungle Adventure, and I thought it paired really nicely with that fridge from Parenthood. I really love both of those packs, and honestly, I feel like we have to be getting some sort of announcement for The Sims 4 in the next like week or 2, because it's been a bit, and I really want to know if it's going to be a game pack, a stuff pack, or an expansion pack. I'm totally down for any of them, but I don't think it's going to be an expansion, but that would be really surprising and shocking, and I'd be totally okay with that. But I think it's going to either be a game pack or a stuff pack, because it's been a while since we got either of those things, so hopefully we'll be getting an announcement sometime soon. I'm so excited for new content. I'm just really concerned that we're going to get new content when I'm moving, and then I'm not going to be able to play with it, whatever it is. So hopefully whatever we get doesn't magically come out on the day that I'm moving, because that would be a disaster, and I just don't want that to happen. But you know, it might not. Nothing I can do about it either way. I'm just excited for new content, and if that does happen, I can of course mess around with it and play with it after I'm done moving. I just hope it doesn't work out that way. That would be so sad, but I'm so excited for new content. And I know I made a video in the beginning of the year asking what you guys are looking forward to most, but if you have any additional ideas, or if you didn't see that video and didn't comment on it, please let me know what you're looking forward to, and if you think we're going to be getting some sort of announcement sometime soon, because we have to be. And I'm recording this a few days ahead of time, but like, I'm waiting. And I doubt we'd get anything this week by the time this comes out, because usually we get announcements. I mean, we usually get releases on Tuesdays too, but I think we usually get announcements on Tuesdays. So I don't know. Well, we'll see. I have no idea. Wouldn't that be weird if we got something announced before this video came up, and then you're listening to me like, oh, this already got announced, Tanya. What are you talking about? But I highly doubt that that'll happen. If it does, I might re-record this voiceover though, so maybe you guys will never hear this. Maybe I'm talking to myself. But we're just adding some clutter in this dining room. It's very light, and I love how it came together and how the woods match so well between stuff from Parenthood, Jungle Adventure, and Cats and Dogs. It's so nice. I also have a beautiful fireplace in here. It's just a cozy living room. I feel like my living rooms are always really awkward shapes, and this one is no, like, different than that. Like, it's definitely a weird shaped living room, but I felt like I made this one work a little bit. We end up having a little desk area behind the couch. I also added a cat tree in here, as well as a bowl, and off camera I added a kitty litter box because I forgot about it. But there's everything you could need for having a cat or a dog in this house, so if you have pets in this house, you're totally okay. So that's good. Also, if you guys would like to download this house, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery if you search Griffy or the hashtag MsGryphi. That information is also in the description down below. But this is the little desk area. I think it's pretty simple and cute. I really liked using all these light woods, and I think they really pop out against the floor, which is such a dark wood. I don't know if you guys like that. I really enjoyed it. I just think it just makes everything pop. I don't know another word for it. I just think it looks really nice. I feel like I'm very drawn to like the darker woods in houses sometimes. I really like lighter colors, but I feel like I don't mix them as much as I did in this build with all the dark wood floors and then all the light wood furniture. So it was kind of refreshing to go ahead and do that. And I think it just looks really nice together, that juxtaposition, I suppose. But anyway, this is the downstairs bathroom. Like I said, this is the only one that I show in the house, but it looks pretty much exactly the same as the other ones. We have the same sink, toilet, mirror, shower, exactly the same in the other two bathrooms. Fairly simple. I really wanted this place to be like clean and put together because this is a couple that's been together for a long time. They've raised their son here. They're not in that whole crazy kids' toys everywhere phase, kind of like that single mother's home I built a week or so ago. That was like, kid stuff everywhere, parents trying to figure out what's going on. This is an established family. They just happen to have accidentally had another child, which I'm sure they're incredibly happy about, but you can play whatever stories you want in the game. I think The Sims is so cool that you can kind of do whatever, and it does sometimes happens in the game. You're like have your family all grown up, but then you're like, I want another baby. Or if you have different mods installed, you can have risky woohoo, and maybe it is an accidental baby, but you can make the best of it. And I think that's just kind of a fun storyline to have for this couple. But anyway, this is the master bedroom. I think it came out pretty cute in the end. I really liked this bed and the carpet that I used under it. We also have a vanity over here, which I had put makeup on the dresser, and I was like, oh, I should probably put this on the vanity. That makes more sense. And just a little vase over there with some flowers in it. It's a pretty simple bedroom, and that's pretty much it. We should be going over into the teenage boys' room now. I was like, I want to use this bed, and I wasn't sure what kind of bedroom I wanted, but then I was just like, musician's bedroom, and I really liked it. Also, I knew that I wanted this to be a teenager's room for some reason because I really wanted to use this bed, but I wouldn't fit anywhere except shoved against the wall, because I was considering making this a house that was just not specific to having kids of any sort. It was just like nice, pretty showroom bedrooms. But I feel like that's not my style. I do want to do that at some point, and I feel like with a large modern home that might fit really well. Let me know if you guys would like to see something like that. But I really like making family homes where the bedrooms are specified to certain, I guess, characteristics and personalities of the Sims I imagine in this house. And I know that's not entirely great for somebody that might download this house because they probably don't have the exact family that I'm imagining, but they could customize the bedrooms. And I think as far as watching this and for my own enjoyment, it's so much more fun if I personalize them. So let me know what you guys think on that. I feel like I'm just constantly being like, let me know what you think about that. But that's kind of how it goes when you're talking to yourself in the middle of the night. But anyway, this is the baby bedroom. It's very green. I think it's really cute. Of course, we have that makeshift changing table. That's an item I really wish would get a realistic version, a functioning version of at some point in time, because I know we have that in The Sims 3. I think it was through the store though. We had a changing table that you could change your babies or your toddlers at, and you could also give them baths there, and it was so cute, and I love that item so much. It was one of the very few items I had from The Sims 3 store. I had mostly that stuff, the toddler stuff, the little walker as well that would teach them how to walk. Those were very good items. Highly recommend. And I think at this point in The Sims 4, we're not going to get a Sims 4 store, but I wouldn't be against it. Maybe in The Sims 5, if there is a Sims 5. I don't know. Would you guys want a Sims 4 store, like the Sims 3 store, or like a Sims store in general back where you can buy individual items? I think that could be cool. I understand why it's not the greatest idea, but I also think it would be cool to be able to get more specific items to what your particular playstyle is, instead of having to indulge in large packs that maybe only a couple things appeal to you. So I'm open to everything, but I'm really excited to see what comes next in the game. Hopefully that'll be revealed soon. But we're coming to the end of the video here. We're just finishing up the garage, and it's nothing too crazy, but I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also, if you're new here and you liked what you saw, you should totally click that subscribe button. I'd love to have you as part of the family, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, if you click the little bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a video. If you want to keep up to date, that'd be a good thing to do. Press the little button. All right, screenshots. Bye, everybody.